Greetings, Dekalipa here. Today I will be doing something that I had wanted to do for some time now, and that is something to do with Warhammer. So I got into Warhammer about a year, maybe two ago. Now, one of the things I wanted to do is wanted to make a certain type of video that is not my usual stuff. So my usual stuff has to do with poetry, self-reflection, but I wanted to also make something more lighthearted, a little bit not as serious. And today I felt in a pretty good mood, and I wanted to make something that is very much so a video about just me letting off something off my chest, because some of my opinions regarding this topic, which we're gonna discuss, has been gnawing at me for some time. I want to change that. I feel that some things have not been said about the Primarchs, and I want to say that. So yeah, today we're gonna be talking and ranking the Primarchs of 40K. And I have some things to say about these Primarchs. So I hope that whatever I say maybe resonates with you, maybe not, we'll see. But without further ado, we're gonna go into the list. But before that, I will start doing this. I will ask you kindly to please like, comment, and subscribe. I am trying to truly build something out of this channel. I said that I would be making videos more commonly. I have been gone for 2 months now. That is a whole other story for another time, but I'm back and I will now keep on making these videos. Not all of them will be like these, tier list specifically, but I'll make a good mix of different things. So without further ado, let's get into the Primarchs. Lionel Johnson of the Dark Angels. Okay. He's a loyalist. Okay. And Lionel Johnson is kind of a dude that is really good at what he does. So he is very much competent. He is sort of like a knight. He's like an Arthurian knight type of dude. So he's very into swords and very much into one-on-one combat, but he's very, very competent at that. He's very good. The problem with him is that he is kind of an asshole. Not kind of, he is an asshole. He's a big asshole. He is very unpleasant to be around. And that is because he is very much into, not himself, but more so what he can do. You know what I mean? He doesn't just value himself for being a Primarch, because to be fair, most all of the Primarchs are kind of in love with themselves and they think they're better than the average human being. There are exceptions, but that also varies how much they think they're better than human beings. The Lion is pretty high up there, and that makes him kind of not love himself just for that, but he is kind of full of himself because of the things he can do and the track record he has shown to be capable of doing, you know? So when it comes to the Lion, he is pretty badass, not gonna lie, but he's bit of an asshole, kind of, not bit, is an asshole. That would put him in okay in my mind, but ever since he got back, because he's been out of commission for some time, but since he got back for the Loyalists, he mellowed out. he is now, he's a bit more chill. And because of that, he still is competent. He has the Emperor's shield. He's still pretty good at what he does, but he's not that insufferable. And on top of that, the Fallen, the sect of the Dark Angels that just went rogue, he's like, yo, I'll let this slide. Just come back. We'll act like this didn't happen. He's merciful. That's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty good of him. So he was an okay, but how he's been acting lately, that bumps him up to damn. Because, you know, you look at him and everything he does, you just go, damn, okay, yeah, sure. Fulgrim now. Okay. I'm gonna make my bias very clear. I do not like chaos. Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there. Chaos, in my opinion, they suck. They just suck. Okay, I'm sorry, they suck. They're lame. I'm sorry. They just are a bunch of... Everybody that's following chaos is... Okay, there are exceptions. Most, okay? I'll be clear. Most of them just have daddy issues. They just suck. I'm sorry. I can't. They're the League of Losers, okay? The League of Losers. The Brotherhood of Bitches. That's what they are to me. So, like, I'm sorry, but, like... the cohort of crybabies. That's what they are. I'm sorry. I can't get into chaos. It's just stupid, in my opinion. And Fulgrim is just the best example of that, seriously. Emperor's Children, like, he is a traitor and he follows Slanesh, the god of excess. So this dude, like, case in point, he was good for a long time. He was pretty decent. He fixed up his home planet. He's competent. He's a good swordsman. He was with Ferrus. They both like made weapons for each other, exchanged them. That was pretty nice. He was chill for the longest time. And then, yeah, he just started losing me, man. Cause like everything he did, it was just like, oh my guy, can you please throw the sword away? The sword, like, you are smarter than this. But he's just so into himself. He's a narcissist. I'm not that into narcissists. I really am not. I know I can be full of myself sometimes, but I quickly reel myself in because I realize I'm doing it. If I'm acting narcissistic, that's just mostly because I'm doing it as a bit. He doesn't mean it as a bit. He genuinely believes he is the best. And that just... he loses it for me, honestly, because of that. I think I'm gonna put him in... I'm gonna put him in okay, though. Okay, listen, I'll be nice. I'll put him in okay, because still, everything up until the Horus heresy, he was pretty okay. He was. He loses everything else because just being in chaos, that's just stupid. But, okay, the 4th Legion. Perturabo, the Iron Warriors. Okay, now. This is the one that I'm gonna give chaos the benefit of the doubt. Perturabo over here. This guy's okay. This guy is okay. This is probably my favorite Chaos Traitor Legion, Primarch of them all. And here's why. Because look, Perturabo over here, Petar over here he is endearing and likable because he is competent. He is genuinely good at what he does. Here's a hot take. If, and I truly mean this, if the loyalists got Perturabo and the traitors got Dorn, the loyalists would absolutely bodied Chaos. They would stop Horus before he'd even made a single move. If the loyalists had Perturabo, I am being 100% serious when I say they would have destroyed Horus. He wouldn't stand a chance, dude. I'm sorry, but like, Perturabo is really good at what he does. And here's the thing, that's why I like him. That's why I like him too. Like, he doesn't like chaos. He just hates Dorn that much to just be like, nah, I'm gonna be opposite you. And he was competent at it. That is the most insane thing. Perturabo was good at what he did. He really was. And he is still good to this day. He is just, I don't know, he is just kind of laying around, I guess. I really hate that they made him into a demon, because that's just bullshit. Nah, I don't think Peter would be into that. And it is because of that, he would have been, in my opinion, he genuinely would have been in king status, but because they turned him into a demon, that's just lame, dude. Nah, he's going at the top of them as of now, because I genuinely think Petar is that good. He really is competent. He knows what's up. He's good, in my opinion. Jaghatai Khan. Okay, now. I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna say as simple as I can, and if you get it, you get it. Jaghatai Khan is a Mongolian warlord strapped to a bike that's running a V12, cruising across the steppes, just going nuking everybody that comes his way, goes up against Mortarion, who at that point is already completely gone to Nurgle, is a demon prince, completely bodies him, goes into the webway, and if you asked him, yo, what do you think about it? He would just say, and that's it. He would not even comment on anything. He would just been like, none of your business, and just do his thing, go on his merry way. Jaghatai Khan is a certified king, no question about it. He is one of the best. The White Scars are one of my favorite chapters, genuinely. White Scars rule. Like, them just being chill and like, I'm not gonna comment, no comment. It's like that's Khan's whole thing. He's just like, no comment. And he just does his thing. It is so good. I love it. It is one of the best things. Truly awesome stuff. He is just cool, speed, bikes, Mongolia aesthetic. Amazing. Love it. Leman Russ of the Space Wolves. 6th chapter. Okay. The Space Wolves. Okay, Space Wolves. I don't get why people are so against Space Wolves, I truly don't. Okay, now, them being like Vikings and them not being a fleet-based chapter is just ridiculous. That is so stupid. I get Fenris and like whatever, but they're Vikings, dude. They should be a fleet-based chapter. They should be like pirates. Why aren't they pirates? Like, look, for me, Space Wolves are just a tragic tale because they are simply a missed opportunity. They really are. They had so much potential, but I don't know, why did you have to make them into wrestlers, dude? They're just like wrestlers and furries. Like what? Like, look, I'm gonna be a bit honest. Russ is like this. He's not an asshole as much as he is just hot-headed. And like, he needs to kinda just calm down, but at the same time, he needs to calm down, chillax, but not for the same reasons like Al Johnson did. Russ is like, he's a loyalist. He's so loyal. He's one of the most like devoted to the Emperor you could have. He is really good. And like, he is like, there's so many things that bring him down and the wolves consequently, but there's so many things that bring him up. Like, he put that big red doofus in his place. Trust me, we're gonna get to him in a second. But like, I'm sorry, when you balance everything out, because like, he is just so hot-headed, and like, I am stubborn. I know I am. I'm really trying to shed that. I'm not as hot-headed, but I am stubborn, and I see that that is a big flaw. I'm trying to get rid of it, and I don't like that. I think if Russ was just a bit more stoic, calculated, like Dorn, he would have been king, dude. He would have been one of the best Primarchs. But I'm sorry. It genuinely. Plus, if they just made him a pirate Viking, not just like a dude that's strapped to Fenris all the time. I gotta put him in mid. I'm sorry. I gotta put him in mid because it just balances out. It's like, he's not, I don't think he's like the worst, like how most of the internet will make you believe, but he is mid. He's not, because Fulgrim, here's the thing, Fulgrim at least is very competent in what he does. But his flaw is just annoying. Leman's flaw actively makes me mad because he is just so much wasted potential. But, you know, Rogal Dorn, the Imperial Fists, 7th Legion. Okay, now this guy, I'm sorry, like all of you guys who are very much into the Imperial Fists and just the whole like, oh, Rogal Dorn is one of the best. I'm sorry, he's lame. I'm sorry. He like, if you're most like the height of your career is you losing your hand and carrying the Emperor to the throne, if that's all we can say about you, no, I'm sorry. Like I think you can see where I'm at with the whole Iron Warriors Imperial Fists debacle. So I'm more on Peter's side. Dorn is just like, eh. And they put him as a fleet-based chapter? Are you kidding me? Out of all the loyalists, him. I'm like, the dude who literally his whole shtick is I am defense incarnate. He should be a fortress. That is his thing. He should be the guy that's immovable. Strong foundations. He should be anchored to a world. That's his point. But no, let's put him in the party bus and just cruise around the galaxy with. What? Who can? Just see what all the missed potential with Russ. Now just amplify that with Dorn, but don't make it missed potential. Just make it stupid decisions. I'm sorry, like whoever decided to make him a fleet-based chapter should be fired. That is one of the worst ideas they ever had. Okay, just whatever. Next, Konrad Curze, Night Lords, Legion 8. Okay. okay. This guy, I'm sorry, he's fun. He is fun. He is just like, he's a psychopath, genuinely. Going up against him is, I would honestly, I would argue when Curze is truly in Curze mode, I think he's more terrifying than the Drukhari. I genuinely think that Kamara is a better outcome than if you go up against Curze when he's really in his element. Because like when he goes off. Okay, he is one of the, I'll say this, he is one of the Primarchs I would say is pretty much like his aesthetic just carries him for me. Just being, but like, here's the thing, he sucks. Again, just like, he sucks because chaos, but he is like, he is just a wild card, like Charlie from Always Sunny. He is that kind of a Primarch, and because of that, I'll put him in like, okay. He is better than Fulgrim, definitely. But he is at top of okay, he just loses a lot of points because he is in chaos and he just got assassinated. But here's the thing, he gets a point and loses a point at the same time. He loses a point because he got murked, but at the same time, he gets a point because he was like, I see it's coming, so I'm just gonna take it. But at the same time, he was kind of a whiny little bitch, to be honest. He was, but look, you know what? Hey, we'll just leave it at that. I think he's okay. I kind of like his vibe. Yeah. Sanguinius, Blood Angels. Okay, now, this one's gonna be hot. I'm not that into Sanguinius. I'm just not. Like, I get that he's like the best. He is the golden child, whatever. He's basically Baldur, if you think about it. Like, he was just destined to die because he had problems. He had problems before everything went down, but he was just so good at what he did, and people just loved him to a very high degree that people just let it slide. But I think, like, Sanguinius is, I would put, honestly, I don't have a lot of things to say about it. I'm not into Blood Angels that much to begin with. Their whole defect is like, honestly, I'd put him below Perturabo, to be honest. He is, I'll put him there because I have to acknowledge he is just that good. He is like the angel, you know, he is the standard to like whatever. But like, he's not one of the best in my opinion. I'm just sorry, he's just not. Ferrus Manus. Yeah, I just think he's lame. Sorry. Sorry, Iron Hands, Legion 10, I'm sorry. Like, he is, okay, I'll put him above Dorn because I at least think Bionics is way cooler than just building sandcastles. So I'll put him there, but here's the thing, like, he just doesn't have that much on him, to be honest. He just got taken out so early on that, so yeah, just Ferrus is like, meh, he's meh. But yeah, Angron, World Eaters. Okay, this guy. Now, Angron. I'd put him in mid, actually. Yeah, he is below Russ. I put him in mid. And I'll put him in mid because I kind of get him. You know what I mean? He was just a gladiator. He was just like, he was just Maximus. He was just Maximus in the ring. You know, just throw Ridley Scott in there. You would have had a blockbuster with him. But Angron is the case where I truly feel pity for him. He, growing up in the arena, being a slave, fighting for entertainment, and then just like getting all his brothers destroyed by the Emperor, genuinely, and then having needles put in his head, that when he feels literally anything else other than anger, just causes him immense pain. That is a good concept, to be honest. To feel pain if you feel literally anything else apart from anger. That is a very, very creative curse. But again, he follows Khorne. I mean, like, out of all the Chaos Gods, Khorne is probably the most vanilla. He's not my least favorite, but he's just like the most basic, you know what I mean? He's just like, if he was a spice, he would be flour. So he is his, and Angron, look, he is just in mid. I would put him in at the bottom of lame, to be honest. He is only in mid because I have some sympathies for him. I truly do, because he really is a victim of his circumstances. He just really is not at that point. Plus, his world eaters are they just so want to have their father's approval that they're willing to just do the exact same horrific procedure that he went through on themselves just for his approval. That just, it endears him a little bit. But yeah, I gotta put him there. Legion 13. Roboute Guilliman of the Ultramarines. Now, if you played Space Marine 2 this year, you have a pretty good idea what Roboute Guilliman is all about. Roboute Guilliman here. Look, I'm gonna be like this. I'm not that against Roboute. Guilliman, I honestly think he's kind of cool. I'm sorry, like, I know they're pushing Ultramarines way too much. I'm sorry, I'm sick of them as much as the next guy, but him specifically, he is very good at what he does. He's just, he is loyal, he is by far one of the most, he is the most confident. What I'm talking about, Macrog, just like his Ultramar is just, he really continued on the legacy of the Emperor. Plus he went up against Mortarion. He gave him a run for his money. Morty kind of, Morty kind of did a number on him. But Guilliman, he is good. He genuinely is a good Primarch. And look, I'm honestly gonna put him in damn above Sanguinius. He's not, here's the thing, Perturabo is just more lovable because he's just that full of spite. He is just that spiteful. Salt. He is just so salty. Guilliman is like that, but he doesn't have that much edge to him, to be honest. He's better than Sanguinius because there's just more about Guilliman. That's why, and he's not that big of an asshole as the Lion. So, yeah, Plus, okay, here's the thing. He's losing a point because the Ultramarines are being pushed way too hard. They're annoying. And to be honest, I'm not... Hot take. I'm into history. I'm not that big into the Roman Empire. I'm sorry. I just like some empires are way more interesting in my opinion. I think like the caliphates are way more interesting. The Byzantine Empire is way more interesting for me. Like I'm more a prehistory kind of guy. So like Mesopotamia, that is one of the things I really like. Mesopotamia, stuff like that. So I feel good with putting him in the dam. Yeah, that's okay. Mortarion. I'm not gonna sugarcoat. He just goes and you suck. Like this dude is like I know he didn't start the whole thing. It was one of his boys, but I'm sorry if you like. Legion 14, Death Guard, Mortarion. I'm sorry. If you're Death Guard and you already know you can tank, you're pretty and like, I'm sorry, he just goes into suck for following Nurgle. What? Out of all, Nurgle? Nurgle is literally the 40k equivalent of a Reddit mod. Dude, Nurgle sucks. He is just and he stinks. He is the guy when you go to a convention who just absolutely stinks. When you see like the cartoon stink lines over his head, that is Mortarion. He just sucks. I'm sorry, you go and you suck. Legion 14,000 sons. Magnus the Red. Okay, now we're going into it. Okay. I played Ultramarine 2. By the way, one of the best games of the year. Space Marine 2, sorry. Best games of the year. Anyway, in that game, you fight against the Thousand Sons. And there was this chatter online of people that were like, oh, they were done dirty and the blah, 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 introduction was bad, blah, 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 stuff like that. People were complaining like that the Thousand Sons were treated not the best. And then I heard people say because they are way more interesting than the Ultramarines. This is the reason why I'm making this video. Thousand Sons are quite possibly the worst legion, and Magnus the Big Red Doofus is one of the worst Primarchs ever. I'm sorry, 1,000 sons, more like 1,000 bitches. Like, dude, he goes at the bottom of you suck. 1,000 Sons and Magnus, they suck. Dude, this is a legion of librarians. Think about that, okay? Look. Before Magnus came into the picture, okay? The 1,000 Sons, like, they were already losers. They sucked even before the dude came in. Oh, and obviously the nerds, the Dorcases, like, and not even in a cool way nerds, like engineers in STEM, you know, the guys building CNC machines and such. No. They're the dorks who collect coins and letters and stamps. They suck. They sucked before Magnus came into the picture, and they sucked even after he came into the picture. And obviously the librarian, what's he gonna pick? Well, I'm gonna be the wizard. Woo. Dude, they read J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, and they so badly wanted to be Gandalf. Oh my God, they throughout the whole heresy, everything, they just collected books, went on archaeological digs. They're not even cool. Like Indy or Lara Croft, they don't have a whip, they don't have guns, they're like skedaddle, skedoodle, ooh, abracadabra. That's what they are. And like 1,000 suns, there's only 1,000 of them. I wonder why, because they suck. They can't even keep their own units in check. Oh my God, like the 1,000, oh my God. That's another reason why Russ is where he is at, because he didn't finish them off. That is why. The 1,000 Suns should have been bodied by the wolves. I'm sorry, but no. Magnus, the big red doofus, does the ultimate bitch move, turns traitor, goes to the Chaos God, and he goes to like the asshole of the Chaos God. Zeech? Really? Zeech. I get it if you're into like Khorne, because you just want to fight. I get it if you're into Slanesh, because you're a degenerate. But Zeech? The asshole, the guy who actively tells you, I am going to mess with you, and I am going to enjoy it, and you actively turn to him? Bro, oh my God. Yo! And they just turn into dust. They're not real. They're dust. And this whole Egyptian aesthetic to be like, oh, but they're cool, because no. They're an insult to actual Egypt. Egypt, as it was, is way cooler. Bro, have you read the lore of Egyptian mythology? The journey of Ra? What he has to do when he goes on that on that boat into the underworld? How he fights the snake? I mean, I'm sorry, like, bro, like the 1,000 Suns are the worst. I'm sorry, they're the worst. Moving on. 16, Sons of Horus. Horus, yeah, bro, you suck. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, he sucks. He just sucks. Like, imagine being War Master, being the first guy that the Emperor finds. He just adamantly is like, yo, I like you. And you throw all that away because a fanatic basically just goes in and just messes with your mind. You're that weak of a constitution? Really? Oh my God, dude. Horus, bro, just look, that the cutscene, you know which one I'm talking about. That cutscene is pretty cool. But when he goes, let the stars boil, and like, oh my God, he is such a wimp. He sucks. Nothing would have happened if it was not for Perturabo, okay? Petar carried him and his whole crusade. I'm sorry, Horus is lame, he sucks. I'll put him at top because he genuinely at least has some interesting lore. He did some things. The fact that he got all the Chaos gods on his side, that's kind of impressive, but at the same time makes him 4 times the bitch than everybody else. So like, I don't know, he's just at top of, he sucks. Lorgar, okay, now. I'm gonna be pretty mean about this guy. This guy is like, okay, so I'm gonna be pretty blunt. I am religious, and I have had a crisis of faith as of late of years. So that is just due to me reading about history, discovering the world, so on and so forth. Look, I have come to a point that if you are a religious figure and you are a fanatic about it, I hate you. I hate you. To illustrate this perfectly, if you've ever played A Plague Tale: Innocence, if you play that game, the villain, the Pope, that guy is one of the most despicable villains I've ever seen, and I hate him. Lorgar is that. he would be the worst, if not for the fact that I'll give him this. The Emperor, his father, the guy who literally he viewed as a god, came in and wiped out the equivalent of his Mecca and just told him, you suck. He basically came in across the face because he wasn't putting up his quota numbers, because he was just spreading the gospel, the good gospel of the Emperor, and he just got bodied. And I hate the fact that he put up Guilliman to do what he had to do. So I kind of get it for why his word bearers are the way that they are. The 17th Legion is the way that it is, but he kind of spread his legs for chaos. He started it all, so he's a mega bitch. But I just, I'll give him that his treatment by the Emperor, what the Emperor did to him, basically was really, that was a messed up move. So I'll put him above Magnus because of that. Legion 18, Salamanders, Vulkan. Okay, now we don't even like, he's the best. Vulkan is the best one by far. He's the best. He is tall, scary, and he is the only one who truly puts human life above his own chapter. The whole goal of the Space Marines, of the Primarchs, is to help elevate mankind. Vulkan got the assignment. He got it. Plus, he's a blacksmith. He likes making fire shit. Nah, I'm sorry. Vulkan, peak. He is the best. He got the assignment. Aesthetic-wise, vibes, Khan beats him, but Vulkan, he got the assignment, king. No question about it. Corax, same thing, king. But he is below both Khan and Vulkan. Look, his Raven Guard, the 19th Legion, Corax is without a doubt the edgelord, but the fact that he just turned into like a Raven demon-esque kind of guy, but he's a loyalist still, like Khan, like Vulkan, and he basically Rapunzeled Lorgar into his tower. I'm sorry. Like, if you basically are a menace to the point where the guy who started this whole mess doesn't even want to leave his room, you know you got it. Corax, king. Alpharius and Omegon. You know what? I'll put him in mid. That's okay. Middle of the road. Yeah. I feel good about that. I'm not gonna comment that much on his Alpha Legion, 20th Legion. He is a, let's just say, a traitor that I like. Or is he a traitor? Alpharius is interesting. You know what? Actually, you know what? I'll put him above Curze. He's an okay. I like Alpharius. Alpharius is, he's okay. Yeah. I dig Alpharius. I like their shenanigans. Yeah. And that is it. That is my tier list of all the Primarchs. Thank you all for watching. If you have any thoughts on my personal opinion, this is just my opinion, let's have a discussion. I genuinely want to talk to see what people think. And without further ado, thank you. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for watching. Spread the word, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Thank you.